Honor it is. Sorry. It's okay. Good morning, ladies and gents. What an honor it is being here. I'm so excited to get started. With your permission, Tina and Cindy, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you can see it. Are we good?
Looks good.
Fabulous. So we'll get started. What if you could take command of any room you stepped into? What would that mean for you? Could you turn cold leads into clients? Could you positively influence your team to take consistent action? Could you effectively delegate authority so you could take a well-deserved vacation? Could you attract the right stakeholders to invest in your company? Now, good morning, ladies and gents. Once again, this is for you if you're a high caliber leader and you're a little stressed out and want to develop better leadership skills. Adaptability is the name of the game. And before you lead others, you have to learn how to lead yourself. My name is Sandra Gonzalez, and I'm a retired Marine officer turned executive coach speaker. I had the honor, the distinction of serving 20 years of service as a U.S. Marine. And I also have two beautiful independent daughters. One is a Marine veteran. She's studying psychology in North Carolina. And my youngest is at UCSD studying cognitive science. Now, I help high caliber entrepreneurs, business executives take command of any room they step into so they can magnetize opportunities for impact and growth. I guide and train leaders so they can elevate their mindset, as this will help them lead others with transparency, integrity, and authenticity. And the thing that will help you achieve this is this ability to cultivate sexy confidence. Now, let me be very clear about what sexy confidence is. It's a high performance state of mind. It's an attitude that enables you to master yourself and stay calm during stressful challenges and situations. As leaders, ladies and gents, we have a moral obligation, a duty, a responsibility to society to lead others with confidence, courage, clarity, and conviction. Now, growing up, I had a father who exuded sexy confidence. Even though my father was an immigrant to this country, he later became a proud American citizen. But this man had clarity, he had courage, and he led his family with conviction because he allowed his moral principles, his values to guide him. He had a strong foundation that enabled him to navigate challenges with decisiveness. He understood adversity was his advantage. It was my father who suggested I joined the military. And when I joined the Marines, my first commanding officer was Colonel James N. Mattis. Mad Dog, as they called him, had command presence. When he spoke, people listened. And when he gave a direct order, people executed. Now, This man was a lethal weapon. He knew how to be persuasive and influence the best in others. He would often say, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet. He taught me leadership skills and how to start developing my emotional intelligence, the ability to manage my emotions and understand the emotions of others. Because Marines aren't brutes, ladies and gents. Marines are here to win the hearts and the minds of the people first. And like most of you, my life hasn't been easy or kind. I went through a difficult divorce after 15 years of marriage that left me emotionally, mentally, and financially depleted. I had to hire 4 attorneys to fight my complicated divorce for 3.5 years, very exhausting. In the midst of this, mom and I found my father unconscious, and we subsequently did lose him to COVID pneumonia 2 months later. But I share this with you because I know some of you might be going through something very difficult at this moment. And I share this because it's during those difficult moments we have to extract beautiful lessons from our life, ladies and gents. It was my father's demise that taught me beautiful lessons. I didn't lose an ex-husband. I gained a valuable lesson. I didn't lose a father. I'm grateful I had a father. So many people go through an entire lifetime not knowing what it means to have a father. And I had one who gave me the skill sets I needed to endure difficult moments in life while building my business. Now, every day, every single day, we have to make a conscious decision of who we want to be. How do I want to present myself? How do I want to be perceived? It's about taking command of ourselves and accepting responsibility for everything that happens to us. Today, I'm going to share just 3 quick strategies. I know I've already shared a lot, so you can take command of any room you step into and magnetize opportunities for impact and growth. And the 3 things: how to spark consistent momentum, how to step into unwavering certainty, so you can seize and magnetize opportunities for impact and growth. Strategy number 1, how to spark consistent momentum. Momentum, ladies and gents, is what will keep you going. And what will help you stand out is this ability to strengthen your body language. Now, commanding the room comes from you strengthening your body and your body language so that it serves you. How's your nonverbal communication? Pay attention to your body posture, your mannerisms, and facial expressions. How you strengthen your body language is critical because as a leader, you're here to influence, persuade, motivate, energize, and lead others. Give me like a 1 in the chat if this resonates with you. I won't be able to see it right now, but give me a 1 if this totally resonates with you. Now, leadership is caught, not taught, and energy matters. But here's the thing: the most important person you need to impress is yourself. It's ourselves, right? And the best way to do this is to strengthen your body through nonverbal cues. They are powerful, ladies and gents. Use them to your advantage. When you feel powerless, You're sending your subconscious messages of self-doubt, that you lack self-confidence. And how we feel about ourselves is everything. Start, as you're watching this right now, start by fixing your posture. Stick out your chest. Take in a deep breath and give me your undivided attention, because attention equates to retention. Moreover, start making eye contact with everybody you meet. When you fix your posture and you raise your energy by working out, you feel better and full of vitality. You're more likely to be motivated and take action. And this will reinforce your confidence in your communication and presence in the room. I grew up around alpha males. They're always looking for the weakest link. You could smell the testosterone in the room. Now, testosterone, I've learned, is this dominance hormone. And in order to survive 20 years in the Marine Corps, I had to strengthen my body language, because as a female, we don't necessarily produce that much testosterone like males. And I didn't do it through dominance. I did it by being authentic and learning to combine my masculinity and feminine traits. Now, good body language increases credibility, because people can see when you're comfortable in your own skin. And this gives the impression that you're competent and capable, which helps you gain the trust of your clients and investors. When you make the time to strengthen your body through exercise, it helps you fix your body posture, which helps you reduce stress, because there's less tension in the body. A small practice of good posture can improve your overall health, which leads to what? More productivity. So spark momentum, ladies and gents, starting today by strengthening your body through exercise. Yes, exercise. If you're not exercising, my recommendation is that you start exercising and start practicing good posture. Think about it. You're already practicing some habits. Analyze if they're serving you at the moment. Change requires energy, and producing it is one of a leader's greatest jobs. This helps you set boundaries and provide fuel to get people moving. Focus on what you can control, and that's yourself. Start exercising now. Don't wait like most people come January 1st. Do it December 1st. Start exercising now. Exercise gives your body the fresh oxygen it needs to experience positive emotions. And when you're positive, you can create a positive emotional climate for people. Now, moods are contagious. Research suggests people don't leave jobs, they leave bosses. As a leader, your position carries more psychological and emotional weight than you know. Know how to raise your energy. It will enhance your confidence, and you'll be more likable and approachable. What you say is important, but how you say it is critical. Pay attention to what your body is saying and your non-verbal communication so you can experience forward momentum. Okay, so we've talked about how commanding the room begins with you sparking momentum by learning how to raise your energy. The other thing that will help you stand out as a leader is this ability to take more risks. And that's why you're here, ladies and gents, to take more risks in life and business. And to take more risks, it's important to understand how our mind works. And as a neural change practitioner, I've fallen in love with neuroscience. Now, neuroscience is a magic pill for today's leaders. This comes from Dr. James Reeves, who is also he's actually a Marine veteran. He got me into neuroscience, but neuroscience is a basic understanding of how our mind works, why we are where we are, and why we're limited so we can move forward. Neuroscience reveals that our brain is constantly adapting, and we can help prime it in the right direction to get better results. Imagine thinking with more clarity, less stress, see more possibilities and options, surface those hidden limitations in yourself and others. Imagine being your authentic self so you can say what's on your mind in a tactful way. Success will bring on more challenges. This is a great thing. You were born for challenges. New levels, new devils. Learn to support your brain health. Now, mental illnesses, and I know you know this, mental illnesses are on the rise. The demands on leaders today is really high. 22.8% of US adults experienced mental illness in 2021. This is unacceptable. This is like 1 in 5 adults. Now, your brain, ladies and gentlemen, is malleable. It can change. The awake brain consumes a lot of energy. It burns 20% of our energy reserves every single day. Now, imagine if you're a leader. Learn to support your brain health so that it enhances your performance. When you support your brain health, you can think in a new way, practice a new skill, start new habits, lead others effectively. You can take more risks. You can take command of any room you step into. Now, a positive and optimistic brain is an energized brain, right? Ready to explore new ideas and grapple with hard problems. There's 2 types of people in this world. 1, people whose circumstances overcome them. 2, people who overcome their circumstances. Be a warrior, not a worrier. For our brains to function at the highest level, you need structure, stability, security, and routine. A threatened brain freezes up and doesn't work well. Audit your own thinking. Are you building a culture of optimism and proactivity for yourself and others? What needs to change? Stepping into unwavering certainty will require a new you. It will require a courageous you so you can practice new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, and new ways of behaving. One way to support brain health, right, is getting quality sleep, ladies and gents. Sleep matters. And sleep deprivation decreases blood flow into the brain. It increases inflammation and stress. You can't expect high performance from yourself or others if you're not getting quality sleep or fueling your brain or body appropriately. The biochemistry of your brain is highly dependent on the right fuel, which is quality sleep and quality nutrition. And when you get quality sleep and quality nutrition, you can exert control over your emotional state. And this is everything. And when you can exert control over your emotional state, you can step into unwavering certainty. You can step into uncertainty with certainty. You can face your fears. You can take more risks. You can have those difficult conversations, and you can take command of any room you step into. Now, your attitude is everything, every single day. Your attitude will determine your altitude. And the best way to fix that attitude is by supporting your brain health. Build the greatest muscle God has given you, your brain. Create a winning brain by developing a growth mindset. A winning brain identifies and achieves daily progress. It's learning to be psychologically flexible so you manage your emotions and they don't manage you. Strategy number 3, seize and magnetize opportunities. How can we seize and magnetize opportunities? Well, the best way to seize and magnetize opportunities for impact and growth is by being genuinely interested in other people and by being authentic. There will never be another you. Never, ever, ever be another you. Why not become your best version? People need leadership now more than ever. It's about serving and prioritizing the needs of others. Set the example, ladies and gentlemen. Be willing to do anything that you ask your team or others to do. It's about demonstrating those positive qualities such as integrity, hard work, discipline, and ethical decision making, because this type of behavior creates a ripple effect and it influences yourself and others to take action. A critical component of effective leadership is trust. It's a foundation of a strong working relationship and collaboration. When you show up on time, when you over-deliver on results, when you model positive communication and conflict resolution skills and practice what you preach, guess what, ladies and gents? You give people a blueprint to follow. It's about learning to be resilient so you can show others how to navigate difficulties with a solution-oriented mindset. It's showing others how to focus on the cure, not the disease. It's learning to listen to what's calling at you, not what's clawing at you. Big difference. And when it comes to servant leadership, that's why you're here, because you're here to serve others. Know when to remove your ego, because sometimes our ego is not our amigo. Start giving yourself a healthy dose of self-compassion for the things you've endured. When you see this in yourself, you can see it in others. And leaders need to be vulnerable and show appreciation for others. Apologize when necessary and recognize your achievements and other people's achievements. People will start feeling valued and more engaged at work because they don't want to let you down. Now, servant leadership helps you be more adaptable and open to feedback. Leaders are willing to listen to ideas and concerns of team members, and this contributes to a more flexible and responsive culture. And when you practice servant leadership with your team, they will practice it with your customers. And you're here to create a sustainable and resilient organization. As a leader, cultivate sexy confidence, right? Which is this ability to master yourself so you can stay calm during stressful challenges and situations. It's by focusing on 3 core areas: your body, your brain, and your business. Through your body, you can increase your energy and vitality so you physically feel great and energized to spark consistent momentum. Through your brain, so you can elevate your mindset, which helps you step into unwavering certainty. So you turn down the volume of self-doubts and stay connected to your vision no matter what challenges show up, right? Because you've developed the mental toughness and resilience to bring your vision into fruition. Through your business, because now you have and you understand servant leadership. Now, this will help you adapt so you can be mentally agile and innovative, so you can pivot along the way. So where do you stand as a leader and what do you need help with? I point this out because your business smarts have made you successful and it's gotten you this far. However, sometimes we need soft skills because effective leadership requires more than technical or strategic expertise. Develop the sexy confidence you need to be resilient, to navigate uncertainty, and inspire confidence with others, and guide teams through upcoming challenges. As leaders, we must prioritize our personal and professional growth because it sets an example of continuous improvement, and developing competence and confidence within ourselves, within yourself, will help you stay calm so you can take command of any room you step into and magnetize opportunities for impact and growth. So to sum it up, ladies and gents, in order to build that magnetism you need to seize opportunities, you need to spark momentum in yourself by learning how to create the energy that will keep you consistent. You need to step into unwavering certainty, and you need to seize and magnetize opportunities by showing up authentically in your own truth. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. My question at this time is, how may I be of service? And I would also at this time cordially invite you to my empowering retreat in Mexico. Now, this is for you if you're a stressed out leader and want to elevate to the next level. If you want to think with more clarity and less stress, if you want to be your authentic self and excel, if you want to lead people to get results, and if you want to take command of any room you step into, this is for you. Join me in this gorgeous, exquisite villa in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, in May of 2024. This is next year. Come and learn to make the best use of your time and energy. Have an attitude of captivating the room so you can unapologetically connect with others while being you. Learn to establish intentional boundaries and be a positive force for good. You can apply now if you're interested by going to sandragonzalez.com/retreat. Would love for you to apply and join us in Playa del Carmen. Come rejuvenate yourself, reinvigorate yourself and your senses in the crystal clear turquoise ocean and the finest white sands of the Mexican Caribbean. Come learn from CEOs and exceptional speakers how to cultivate sexy confidence so you can take command of any room you step into. Now, the other thing I'd like to offer you at this moment, if you're a stressed out leader, the time is now to join my free, yes, I said free, ladies and gents, free hub network. Start out the new year with mental health to support yourself, right? By learning how to strengthen your brain so that it serves you. I'm offering free coaching sessions to leaders who want to learn more about supporting a healthy brain, who want to learn more about how to improve your mood and feel more satisfied with life. If this is for you, please reach out to me because my free hub will fill up fast. My mission is to nurture leaders within our community. If you're interested in my free hub, it kicks off next year. You can email me directly at sandragonzalez.com. Or if you need more information about me, you can follow me on Instagram at coachsandragonzalez.com. That, ladies and gents, concludes today's presentation. Thank you for giving me your undivided attention. At this time, I'm open for questions. I will stop sharing my presentation. And I'm so happy you're here. What questions do you have? I can see there's a lot in the chat.
Yeah, I have a question from Keith. He wants to know if you have any suggestions on commanding a room, specifically in a Zoom room.
Yes, such as this one. So Keith's question was, how can we command a room in a Zoom room, right? Whether we're conducting a master class, anything online, right, Keith? I hope that's Keith's question. Great question. My humble recommendation is this. Keith, I'm talking to you, like be comfortable in your own skin. I'm having like an intimate conversation, be comfortable first and foremost in your own skin. And, it's like you're talking to a friend instead of 120 people. And I think when you understand that you're talking to friends, that will help you be less stressed. And when your brain is less stressed, you can focus on the wealth of information that you have to share and be more confident. I hope that answers your question. Practice also. Practice helps a lot.
All right. Anyone else? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask Sandra your questions.
Yes, please. Good morning.
Hi, Sandra. Can you talk more about the importance of building trust as a leader?
Ooh, great question. Great question, Bill. I think the best way to build trust and rapport with other people, especially the people we lead, is to be authentically ourselves. When you're authentically yourself, you're more approachable. When you're authentically yourself, people can come to you with difficult, problems that they may have. And that just makes you a more approachable leader, and it instantly builds trust. And I think it's one of the biggest things we need to foster as leaders: trust and rapport, so people know I'm here for you. I have an open door. Please come see me. How may I be of service? What do you think, Bill?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Great question. Any other question, ladies and gents? I'm an open book.
Well, I loved your talk about energy, because I totally agree with that energy can make the difference. It does for me from a business development piece. And when I'm chatting with people, and I've tested that. But someone asked me last week, a relative, as we were sharing Thanksgiving, how do you do that? How do you keep that energy up? And I know what I do personally, and you shared some thoughts, but what about people? And this person suffered from depression, and right? And so they were like, how do I get there? How do I do that besides just medically induced to a certain degree? But maybe you have some more thoughts on that.
Yes, Cindy, what a great question. I don't know, during my presentation, you remember seeing a picture. There's like two pictures of myself. One, I was heavier, right? And then the other one, it's a transformation I went through. Well, I was depressed. I've been through some challenges along the way. And in that moment of, where you lack motivation and you just can't get yourself to spark momentum. Sometimes, we have to just go for a walk. Start by, what? I'm just going to go for a 10-minute walk. What does this do? Well, this gives you fresh oxygen. When you start moving your body, you get fresh oxygen. And this is the thing your brain needs. And that's one of the things I learned and experienced earlier on was, you mean to tell me if I move my body, I'm going to get fresh oxygen, which now my body is receiving fresh oxygen, which now means I have a little bit more clarity, which also means now I can regulate my emotions. Well, I'm going to keep doing this walk, not only for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to keep it up. Now, I'm going to create a habit. I'm going to go from 10 to 15 minutes to 30 minutes to now going to the gym to lifting weights for 30 or 45 minutes. So it's a process. Start small, but I would say a brisk walk for 10 minutes gives you fresh oxygen. And what this does is your physiology, once you change your physiology, something amazing happens in your brain. Now you're giving it fresh oxygen, which helps it think better with more clarity. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, you know what? All of a sudden I feel better. I have more motivation. Let me keep going. And that's honestly, Cindy, how I started. And I made that transformation, experience that transformation. I just kept going. Now, thankfully, I've learned to, really transform my physique by lifting weights. It's part of my morning routine. And as leaders, it's a non-negotiable.
Good morning, Sandra, David. Thank you very much for your presentation. Love to hear all the tips. I wonder if you could give me or give the group 1, 2, 3, or however many tips of yours that you use when on a Zoom, but especially physically in a room when you walk in, to make yourself feel at ease and also to command the room, get people, magnetized on you. I know that everyone's heard of, certain techniques like look in the first row or someone close to you, someone who's really engaged and nodding their head and smiling and just talking to them, or trying to make the room disappear and think that you're only talking to one, just to allay these feelings of nervousness and stuff like that, so that when you're done, everyone really remembers you having given a special and unique presentation personally.
Great question, David. And that was a long-winded question, but I'll answer it to the best of my ability. I hope everybody listened in on that question. My answer is this, David. How do I best prepare myself when I'm going to give a speaking engagement in front of 100, 500 people? And how do I put myself in that frame of mind where I'm comfortable in my own skin? So one of the best things that I've learned, David, is people are beautiful. And I think I connect to, there's someone in this audience who's going to greatly benefit from what I have to say. And I shift my focus from my mind, because our mind will tell us, oh my goodness, what are they going to think? And sometimes we feel like an imposter syndrome, right? Imposter, who am I to give this talk? Well, I've learned to shift to my heart. And this goes to servant leadership. Someone is going to benefit from what I have to say. And when I shift to my heart, I'm here for this, for servant leadership, to infuse, to give this person this wealth of information that once they leave the room, they're going to be more inspired, more empowered, because I've given them 3 strategies they can add to their tool belt so they can be a better leader. And shifting that perspective from my mind to my heart, that I'm here to serve, has helped me so much, David, that now I'm comfortable in my own skin, because I know God has placed me in this position to serve his people. And honestly, that's where I come from. I shift to my heart. In the process, I attract ideal clientele and I repel the wrong ones. I also know I'm not here for everybody, and this is okay. And this is what helps me also put myself in a comfortable state, puts myself at ease, so I can think with more clarity and over deliver on the message that needs to be said, that I need to share with it at that moment in time. I hope this answers your question, David. I can go on and on, but for the sake of brevity.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely. Great questions.
Sandra, this is Mark Schultz. Good morning to you and everybody on the call. The question I have is, many of us are going to networking events and you show up, it's quiet at first and then it becomes a noisy room in which you can't hear everybody. And then you're sort of standing and everybody has their groups. How do you become that person who people come up to you?
Great. Love that question, Mark. Love this question, because one of the things that I do, Mark, is how many friends am I going to meet? Oh my, I get excited. And being excited generates energy. So how many new friends am I going to meet? I'm so excited for this event. And when I get to this event, I'm that leader that will extend my hand out first and say, good morning, nice to meet you. My name is Sandra Gonzalez. What's your name? I'd say be that leader. Have that intention of going in there in meeting lots of friends as you possibly can. Why is this important? It's important, Mark, because when you go in there, you have intention of being relational, not transactional. And that, for me, has made all the difference, because honestly, I'm there because I want to meet you, Mark. I want you to be my friend. And when you go in with that energy, it shifts everything. And people are, next thing you know, people are like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Now they're introducing themselves to you. So this is why I say energy matters. I hope this answers your question, Mark. Great question. Thank you.
Well, it's a little bit of perspective too when you go in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Love these questions.
Liz had to drop off, but she did ask a question. So I'm going to read it. I think I understand her intent. She said, I should have asked any tips for managing, commanding when other people not work related also need you immediately. She said that seems to be an issue for her. So I think it's people commanding her time, and how does she handle that? Right? How do you set balance, right?
Yes. So I think I understand the question, but it comes down to being intentional with setting boundaries, right? So how do we set boundaries as leaders? This goes back to your morning routine, right? Which I know is critical for leaders. If you establish a morning routine, exercise, one of the things I highly advocate is you making your bed. You wake up, make your bed. Yes, this is tied to setting boundaries, and I'll share why. When you wake up, right, I make my bed. And this goes back to me being a Marine Corps. I was a Marine Corps drill instructor for 3 years. I would teach recruits to make an impeccable, perfect bed. This is important because when you make your bed, it gives you this sense of accomplishment. And automatically you're starting off the day right with a small accomplishment that's tied to your self-esteem. And your self-esteem is tied to your confidence. So already, if you feel great about yourself, you're going to set boundaries with other people by showing other people, I'm not available in the morning. I'm available at 9 o'clock. After 9 o'clock, you can start texting me, you can start calling me. But a leader has to establish boundaries and constantly communicate these boundaries. But it comes down to you have to understand your boundaries first. And those, your self-care, making your bed, as small as that may seem, these are non-negotiable. Your morning routine is a non-negotiable. And if you can give yourself this evidence every single day, now you're going to be more confident to set boundaries with other people. Great question, Cindy. Love these questions.
All right, I think we have time for one or two more.
Fabulous. Thank
Who
you.
else would like to hear from Sandra?
Real quickly you just reminded me on making your bed. I'm sure and probably a lot of people have heard the YouTube, but for anyone who hasn't, looking up, is it Admiral McRaven? Has a great motivational speech that I think he gives to graduating classes, but it's on YouTube. And he starts off with, make your bed.
Yes, David. And, going back to the military, the first thing we teach Marine recruits, they're not a Marine yet, they're recruits, is how to make their bed. And what does this do? This gives them attention to detail. It shows them discipline. It helps them develop these high caliber habits, which are tied to, a sense of accomplishment. Like I said before, this is what strengthens your self-esteem. But there's so many other benefits. When you make your bed, it sets the tone for the day. So you're more apt to be productive, to stay organized, to stay structured throughout the day, because you've organized your room. And at night, I sleep like a champ because I go to my room and the bed is impeccable, right? My bed is made. And for me, again, it's giving myself this peace of mind. And when I give myself peace of mind, I'm supporting my brain health. But great, thank you for pointing that out, David. I wouldn't understand that if I hadn't experienced that as a drill instructor, teaching well over 500 recruits that I train for the rigors of combat, the importance of making their bed.
Yeah, I just found the links. I'll put it in the chat for anyone.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. All right, well, if we don't have any final questions, I'm going to thank Sandra for being here. Thanks, Cyrus, as always, for introducing us to Sandra. Thank you, Cyrus. I am very inspired and very excited to go make my bed, because I did not do that this morning, and start my day in the right way. So thank you so much, Sandra. Everybody, please follow her, join her hub, and take her up on her free offer. Get that quick, and follow her on her Instagram, and join her in Mexico next year.
Thank you for your honesty, Tina.
Thank you, Sandra, and thank you to all of you in our community for joining us this morning. We certainly appreciate you being here. And Sandra, we certainly have a lot of takeaways. Yes, I have to go make my bed too. Bring a bit of order to my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you
Sandra.
so much.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Happy
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having me.